Completely alone.
Okay, great. So the only people who know that you're covering for me are in this room.
And that's how it's gonna stay.
Jacinda, I really appreciate everything you're doing for me. I can't thank you enough.
What up, y'all? This your boy Ace here. And welcome to Soul Caps, y'all. So, let's talk about Michael and Jacinda's conversation, because it was an interesting one. We finally got an important detail about what Jacinda was doing the night of Drew's shooting, outside of being with Michael. Because this was a big kind of like hole that needed to be filled, because remember the other episode, Chase is talking about running down on one of the clients that Jacinda had around the time to see if he could pinpoint Jacinda being with the client instead of being with Michael. So that's where this conversation is really, really key. Right? It's really key. It's just like we needed to know as viewers for sure what else she was doing that night. Because we got separate parties. We got Nina and Drew. Then we got Chase here trying to figure out a way to get rid of Jacinda as Michael's alibi. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is to prove that she herself was with somebody else. Right? So while they're talking, they're doing the same thing that Drew was doing with Willow. Or Willow was doing with Drew. Just talking about what happened earlier in the evening and all the other stuff. And I'm glad Michael, he came clean. He said, like, look, I was planning on having the kids meet you anyways. But it was going to be on his time, when he was ready. Not when Nina was ready. You know what I'm saying? But this is why I believe that, and I like how Michael was like, look, I don't care what people think of me. Because remember, Nina was going with that plan as well of thinking that, Michael is going to think about his reputation and all this other stuff, so he ain't going to want to be associated with Jacinda for that reason. I don't think Michael gives a damn. Michael doesn't give a damn. So all of that plan that Nina had is going to go up in smoke anyways. So Jacinda finally came clean about her whereabouts that evening after she left Michael. She said she was alone. She wasn't with a client, wasn't still working that night. Like she wasn't hooking or anything. Like she was literally alone. And because Michael basically asked her that because he wanted to know if anybody outside of them in this room could prove where she was at. And she said, no, I was alone. And what that means is since she was alone, nobody else can prove that she was anywhere else, right? She wasn't, like I said, she wasn't with another client or anything like that. So there's nobody in town that could prove that she was with them at that time. So she could continue to say she was with Michael that night. You know what I'm saying? So, and they're in that agreement. They're in that agreement, and nobody's going to be able to get rid of her as Michael's alibi. That's basically what this conversation entailed. And so, and that was my thought anyways. But the only thing for me is that I still needed to hear from Jacinda herself what else was going on that night. Because remember, Chase was thinking he could go get one of her clients. If she had a client that whole entire day, trying to disprove it. So I can't wait for Chase to feel saucy about that. So I'm happy. I'm happy that we don't, nobody's gonna be able to like try to change this alibi. Everyone's just gonna end up being salty about this. That's what I can't wait for. Everyone that's trying to think that Michael did it or he planted the gun on Willow, like we don't know about that part. That part we still don't know about. That'll be proven down the line. But the thing that we can prove, was that the Jacinda thing is going to hold up. It's going to hold up. So, nothing they can do about that. Full scenes of Willow, Drew, Michael, Jacinda. They'll be on the Patreon for y'all. Link is in the description box. Give me your thoughts in the comment section below. Give this video a like, share, subscribe. It's time to talk about Dalton's lad. Give this video a like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. Soul Caps, y'all.